Hello carpers, welcome back to the channel. You're joining me on the second instalment of this little forest campaign that we've got going on this year. Like I said in the last one, we've got a winter ticket. So yeah, we'll be predominantly fishing here throughout this winter season. And yeah, like I say, you're joining me on this second instalment now. We're 2 weeks on from the last video that we filmed. Yeah, the last one was on the 8th of November. We're now currently on the 22nd of November. Same again, we've got 48 hours ahead of us. And as you can hear, it's a bit contrast this session to the last one. Temperatures have come really down this week. We've had our first frost of the year this week. Most days it's been saying like -1 degrees, but the actual feels like temperatures have been more like -6 to -8. So yeah, it's been very, very cold. It's actually warmed up slightly today for over this weekend. We've had some cloud cover come rolling in. We've got a bit of rain, which as you can hear at the minute, we've got some rain coming down. It's very windy as well this session, so I'm trying the best I can to try and stay in out of it. I've got the mic, so hopefully it's not detecting too much of it on there and causing too much of a disruption to the filming side of things. But yeah, we've got down here today. There's no one on the lake. Had a good little lap around. Like I say, we was due a lot of rain to come in. It's just starting as I got here, so didn't want to spend too much time really lapping around the lake and trying to figure out where I'm going to be fishing. You know, it's only a small venue. The fish do sort of get around the majority of the lake, so I've just sort of gone middle for diddle for this session. I can keep an eye on what's going on around me. If no one turns up and I see fish somewhere else, you know, there's always an opportunity of having a move throughout the session. So yeah, we'll play that by ear. But yeah, like I say, for the time being, I've set up in the middle swim. I've got 3 rods out fishing now at the minute. Yeah, I didn't really do too much filming. I caught a little bit on the old action cam there, getting the rods out, but like I say, it's absolutely hammering it down, so I didn't really try and get the camera out too much and damage the equipment. But yeah, left-hand rod, I've got over to the reed line in front of me. I've got a nice little eye-line marker over there, so just so for the night times and getting it back out, it makes it a little bit easier. So I've got one fishing out over there, just at the bottom of the shaft off the reeds over there. Middle rod is out, there's a spit coming out off towards the far margin, and yeah, there's a nice little cove area there. There's a nice little shallow plateau all the way through that, and then it drops down probably another 2 foot off of it, and it's like a little cove shape to it kind of thing, where the fish have maybe been burrowing and showing off of it kind of thing, flanking on that area. But yeah, like I say, in the last one, I have seen this drain down. I've got pictures on my phone, and yeah, with that temperature dropping now, it seemed a no-brainer. You know, nice little area there. And then the right-hand rod, just on the back side of this island, on the far side of it, it's only a few foot there round, and then it drops down nice and deep onto my side of it. I say deep, it's only about 5 foot, sort of the area is there. But yeah, there's a nice few little carp holes there that, again, I seen when it was drained down. So yeah, I've just had a little lead on there earlier on, just flicking over it, dragging back, because, you know, making sure that the area is clean, which luckily enough I did. You know, I brought in a few little bramble bits off the bottom there, a few sticks, so I've cleared a nice little patch there as well. So yeah, so hopefully that one, you know, not going to be any issues with that. Should hopefully all be nicely presented down there. Bait wise, I've just gone just pretty much the same as last week. A little scoop of little 6mm pellets in there. Got a couple of 11mm pellets as well. You know, just so there's a few little different size food items, a little bit of difference in breakdown times of them items as well. A couple of boilies, not many. We only go for about, you know, 10 boilies in there, and I have brought a few maggots, only a pint of maggots for this session, you know, and I'm just doing a little scoop in the bait boat each time as well. That I'll send that out, but yeah, I haven't topped any maggots off onto me hook baits or anything like that at the minute. I was going to, that was the plan, but my hands are freezing, and yeah, I didn't really fancy trying to fiddle around, trying to get maggots on and stuff. I've just had to literally slap on a cuppa just so I can try and warm my hands up a little bit. But yeah, I might add that to the rigs throughout the session, maybe, you know, once I get my hands back to life. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear. You know, I'm confident in the rigs and the hook baits and that I'll use anyway. So yeah, we'll give it a go and see what happens. Like I say, the rods are all out and fishing now, so we're going to sit back, have a cuppa, and yeah, try and hide out of this wind and this rain for a little bit. But hopefully we might get a bit of action through the day. It might carry on pretty much from the last session. You know, the 2 bites in the last session were both night bites, so it might emulate the last session a little bit, where we're getting bites through the night. But I did manage to get here a bit earlier today. I think Saturday, that Saturday for the last session, I didn't get here till about 2-3 o'clock, I think it was, roughly, something around that. But yeah, I've actually got here for 10 o'clock today, so I managed to get out fishing a bit earlier. So yeah, we'll play it by ear, see what happens. Hopefully we can get a day bite and hopefully get some action of playing the fish and whatever as well, you know, try and get a bite on the, try and get footage of a live bite and stuff like that. You know, it's always good to add them things into the vlog as well, but hey, it is what it is. We will play it by ear. Like I say, settled, we're in a swim, we're fishing. Coffee time, and hopefully we'll catch a fish. Tight lines. Morning carpers. Wow, that was a very, very quiet night last night. There's nothing to report at all really. Other than probably early hours this morning, maybe around 3-4 o'clock I think it was. I heard a couple of shows, you know, one or two, definitely one show. There was a cormorant when I woke up as well, fly off of the lake, but yeah, definitely heard one show down towards the car park end of the lake this morning. And what I'll do is I'll spin you around quickly. As you can see, we've got the wind has switched. It was coming right in off the back of us yesterday. It's kind of sort of like why I set up here yesterday, because you get quite a bit of cover up along this bank. But my plan was to go into the car park, swim. But yeah, with the wind and weather, I just thought get a bit of shelter from it for the night, see if we can nick a bite from this area. But it hasn't happened as of yet. You know, we're only on, I think it's 8:30 now we are on. Let me just check my phone. Yeah, 8:30. So, you know, that morning bite time's still here. But like I say, the wind's now changed to this direction. And if we walk along here. So yeah, so I think I'm definitely going to be having the move this morning. Probably a little bit sooner than I planned on. I was going to give it till about 10-11 o'clock-ish. But yeah, we had a bit of rain coming this morning again. As I've said, like, you know, I knew we was going to get a bit of it this morning, but it came in a bit heavier than I actually thought. So yeah, so what the plan is now is literally the rain's just stopped. So I think I'm going to start getting everything packed down onto the barrow and get a move into this swim here, into the car park. And then what we're going to be doing is, as you can see, the wind's trickling in nicely into this swim here now, but there's some lovely areas out over towards the far reed bed over there. I've done really well there in the past, and it's sort of that area where I've 100% heard one fish, so might have been two, but like I say, there was a cormorant around, so the other one sounded a little bit more subtle, but yeah, it still could have been a fish. But yeah, we'll probably fan through. Well, I'll have a rod over there. There's an overhanging willow tree over there that normally does a decent, and there's like a little sunken island just over. As we look at this tree here, there's a little gap in the reeds there, and it's probably a couple of rod lengths away, to be fair. There used to be an old island there, but that's been dug down. There's a hump at the bottom there, so it's a cracking little area that is, and the fish definitely patrol around them margins over there. So, you know, with that wind, when it's hacking in through here as well, you know, it's creating a bit of slack water over there. So I reckon there could be a few carp sat over there, but we can only try, you know. We've sat up there now for not 24 hours yet, but close to it, not too far off. You know, I got the rods out probably for about 12 o'clock yesterday by the time I actually got them out. So yeah, we've gave it a bit of time in that swim. Haven't seen anything, haven't heard nothing, haven't really had a bleep apart from the wind on the old bobbins. So yeah, I think that's the plan of action for this morning. We're going to head back up now, get it all packed down, get reset up into the car park swim, and yeah, see if we can salvage it for the last night. Obviously I'll be off for about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so by the time I get set up back down into the car park swim, I'll have less than 24 hours to save a blank. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can make something happen. But yeah, this is my kind of angle anyway. I've always been a bit like this, you know. I won't sit on my hands and just go, oh, well, you know, a fish might come along and eventually rock up on my bait there, which it could do, you know. Like I say, it's not a very big lake, it's only about 2.5 acres, something like that, so it's quite an intimate little lake, so the fish get all the way around it, so there could be a chance if I just sat it out and potentially might get a bite, but I always like to feel like I'm being proactive and trying to make it happen rather than waiting for it to happen. So yeah, I think that's what the plan is. We're going to start getting all this down in a sec, get it on the barra. The rods are still out at the minute, so you never know. Might pick up a fish while we're getting this cracked down and get it set up, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you might see me with the fish before I get down there. If not, we'll see you in the new swim. Tight lines. And boom, just like that, guys, we are set up in the new swim. If only it all happened that quick, eh? But yeah, as you can see, bivvy's all done. Rods are out now as well. They're out there on the money. So let's hope we can save this session now. What I have done, 3 rods have gone out. I'll just spin you around just quickly and give you a quick look. So the one of them where you've got these evergreens here in front of us, just off to the edge of them is where the bottom of that shelf is. So obviously the bottom of the shelf this side, bottom of the shelf from the far margin. I'm down on that little area there, about 6 foot it is. It went down all right as well, a little bit silty in that area, but I kind of want to be fishing on that little bit of silt on this time of year anyway, to be fair. Yeah, so we've got that one over there, underneath the willow tree over there. Again, it is about 5 foot something roughly around there, from 5 to 6 feet. And yeah, again, there was a couple of little harder areas there and a nice bit of silt there as well. So, you know, it shows that there's obviously been some carp feeding in them areas there. So that's where the middle rod has gone, and then the third rod, there's like a tree that's snapped off over there, so I can use it as a bit of a marker. But yeah, I've just come to the bottom of the shelf over there as well. And what has happened, literally, the rods haven't been out long now, and yeah, I had a big liner on that right-hander over there as well, so that's a good sign. At least, you know, that's more than what's happened in the previous 24 hours up in the other swim. So the good advantage of this swim as well is you can literally park your car right here as well, so makes it nice and easy for me in the morning then to pack up. You know, I ain't got to use the barrow and stuff and start hauling stuff down to the car. I can just gradually pack some stuff away in the morning and yeah, get away for my off time, which I should probably off for about 9 o'clock, something like that tomorrow. I've got work at 2, so it gives me a bit of time to just prepare for work, you know, get back, have a shower, sort all the car out, have a shower and get myself ready for the working day. But yeah, the rods are out, we're happy. That wind's trickling in here quite nice. It's quite a cold wind though, but like I say, even up the top end there, it's pushing into the banks over there. So the whole of the lake's really being affected by the cold wind. So I can't see them stacking up in any one position or anything like that. But apart from, say, over that far margin there where there's a fair bit of slack water there as well. And as I was stood around there, it felt quite warm around there, but it's been a lot milder this morning than it was yesterday, that's for sure. So yeah, little bit milder temperatures. The weather's changed now, you know, we haven't got buckets of cold water being poured into the lake from all that rain that we've just had. You can tell we've had a lot of rain as well. The water's gone quite murky, so yeah, but that pressure's come down again today as well, like I was saying, so everything's in our favour a little bit at the minute, so hopefully we'll get a fish on the bank today. It'll be nice to get a day bite as well, so hopefully catch some action on the old rod skis down there. That would be nice, but yeah, we shall see. I'll keep the cameras rolling. As you can see, a nice bit of blue sky in the background there as well. Hopefully that's this cloud pushing off, and yeah, hopefully the sun might come out a little bit today, fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now, guys, and hopefully I'll see you shortly with a fish. Tight lines.
Comes to love,
Wow, carpers, as you can see, everything's packed away, rods are all in, everything's in the car. Yeah, I've decided to call an end to the session a little bit earlier. We're on 4 PM now. Obviously I'm supposed to be doing another night until the morning, but I've got a niggle in my back that's really annoying me today. And my feet are absolutely stone cold, and I just didn't fancy another day just lying in the bivvy again, you know, in the bed chair with the hot water bottle. So I have literally just ordered myself some thermal socks now, some battery powered heat socks. So hopefully we'll make the next session a little bit more bearable. I've read the reviews on them, they seem quite good. So yeah, I'm going to give them a trial next time I'm out on the bank, which will, the next session I'm booked on here is in 2 weeks time. So I'm trying to come down here every fortnight, but I might possibly, depending on the weather conditions, because the top pond it's a little bit more open to the conditions up there, you know, the wind and that up there, it can be a bit of a pain up there. But yeah, so if the weather conditions are all right, we might even jump up and do a 48-hour up on there for the next session. If not, I'll be back down in there having another go. Yeah, sadly no fish on the bank this session. Possibly maybe, you know, could have pulled one out the bag tonight from in this swim. But yeah, like I say, I'm just not feeling it. And when your head's not there, it's best to just call it a day, you know. I don't want to force myself to be out on the bank. The missus has got a nice shepherd's pie, I think it is, she's making tonight, so that's calling me. It'd be nice to get home, have some warm food, and yeah, sleep in a nice warm bed tonight. And hopefully get a massage to help with this little bit of back pain that I've got niggling me at the minute, but we can only hope for that, eh? But yeah, like I say guys, we'll be back out again in a couple of weeks' time. As always, if you like what you're watching, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and give it a share for me as well, guys. You know, it helps the channel grow, and yeah, helps keep me a bit motivated for the filming side of things and that as well. But even though I enjoy doing it, you know, I enjoy doing the filming, I enjoy the editing side of it. But yeah, like I say, to watch them subscribers grow, it does help, and it does show me that, you know, you're enjoying what you're watching. If there's anything else you'd like to see going forward on the channel as well, I can try and bring a few extra bits to it. But yeah, just hit that subscribe for now, guys, and keep me motivated. I'll see you on the next one. Tight lines.